On Point with Mr. Henry.
Hello there, my name is Mr. Henry. Thank you so much for making time and making sure that you watch this show. Thank you so much for growing with this community. And if you're watching this show for the very first time, I want to welcome you to the family. The name of the show is On Point with Mr. Henry. My main objective is to make sure that I keep you informed. The stories on now is about the weekends, and of course I'm doing this in partnership with our friends from Great Make Studios. I want to thank you who has made the bold step of coming to Great Make Studios and doing content. Those of you that have been asking questions, giving feedback, and those of you that are on your journey on dope content creation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Great Make Studios and Great Make Films social media handles. You will see welcome to this week's edition of On Point, September week 3, and this is what you need to know. Now, one of the main issues we have in this country, Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, is unemployment, especially when it comes to abavubuka, abana abobulenzi na abobuwala. And one of the quickest means of making money by abavubuka ababera mu ggwanga lino Uganda has been for a minute getting out of the country, either ne bagenda ne bakuba ekyeyo ne beeyiyiza ebweru. Now okweyiya ebweru kwaleese Johnny, kwaleese obuzibu by a documentary that was done by the British Broadcasting Corporation, commonly known as the BBC, in what is famous now on the internet as the Dubai Porter Port story. 2 young girls lost their lives. Now this investigation, there's a story that happened. Omuwala gutwala banga ava ku kizimbe Dubai nagwa, and that was after the nasty Dubai Porter Port video making rounds. Now the BBC put in time, sent their investigative journalist onto the ground, nakola investigation bulungi nnyo, and she brought to life what indeed happened to these girls that lost their lives. And when you're watching this documentary, Ngomuna Uganda, and you keep hearing the word Uganda coming up, it's not a good thing. And then secondly, our one Charles Mwesigwa, who appears in this documentary, has painted a bad image of the entire country, Uganda. Now, the question we are asking today on Point right here is, should the entire country, Uganda, be paying for the sins of one man, one ridiculously obscene man? Should the entire country be paying for the sins? Now, at the beginning of the week, there were stories, rumors that the UAE is going to ban Ugandan visas with effect from 2026. It was too good to be true. There was something fishy around it. So many journalists came and talked about it. So many media houses, even papers published about this. But the good thing is that the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I beg your pardon, came out and cleared the air. Techinnaba kakasibwa nti government ya UAE agenda banning a visa z'abana Uganda. But I want you to sit down and ask yourself a question. Would you blame them? Because this story has become international. And in the intersection, in the middle of everything, is Uganda. Ugandan girls. Ugandan men being pimps. Uganda being painted a bad image. Would you blame the UAE if they banned visas for all Ugandans with effect from January 2026? Well, the amount of labor exported to the UAE and the amount of, the impact on the Ugandan and the UAE economy, it is so big for such a decision to be made. But did Uganda have to wait for BBC to do an investigation like that for such things to come to light? Did our Ugandan officials know that these things are happening? Abana bafa bagenda batyani abatwala. Who's responsible? Because when you look at the stories from Abe to Charles, this is a chain. Somebody knows what's happening. Why is the Ugandan government keeping quiet? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, tuchitegedde. There is a problem. There is a crisis. Like it has been for a minute, but now it has come to light. So we have a PR crisis with the UAE and with the rest of the world. The question is, what is the Ugandan government going to do about it? Abana bachafuluma ebweru, abaana bakyanoonya emirimu wano engombe eriwo nti tewali kiddako tewali next. Our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our aunties are leaving this country to go and look for greener pastures out there. But are the pastures that are out there greener, browner, or darker? You're watching On Point. My name is Mr. Henry. Give me your honest opinion. My duty is to keep you informed.
It has come to our attention about the recent media publications alleging the denial or ban of visa issuance to Ugandans. We wish to clarify on the following. No ban on visa issuance. There has been no official statement from the government of the United Arab Emirates that has communicated restrictions or institution of a ban on visa issuance to Ugandan nationals, and neither has Uganda been blacklisted by the UAE as alleged by various sources in the media.
What do you think should be done to people like Charles Mwesigwa, to men like Abi? There are so many other Charles Mwesigwas that are not operating in the UAE. They are operating in other parts of the world, and to make things worse, some of them are even operating from here, Wanokubutaka. This is not hearsay. These things are happening. Some of you watched that documentary like a movie. Some people have lived in that documentary. They've experienced firsthand some of the things that are being done. Who is to blame? Is it a bad parenting generation? Is it a country that has lost direction? Is it the government? Is it the world? Let me know. Be honest with me. You're watching On Point, and my name is Mr. Henry.
You're watching On Point with Mr. Henry.
Now, away from that, the Electoral Commission informed the National Unity Platform, NUP, that they did not submit enough signatures to confirm them for the presidential nomination of their candidate, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. It should be remembered that last week, parties were handing over nomination forms with the signatures that are required by the Electoral Commission. At the EC, we saw the NRM handed over. I brought that story for you last week. FDC, and of course, NUP. Now, the Electoral Commission has come out and stated that the National Unity Platform, teweza signatures zimala okunominating omukulembeze wabo w'ekibiina kya NUP, the presidential candidate for the National Unity Platform, and that is Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. And my, oh my. You can imagine what's happening in NUP. And this is what people from the National Unity Platform had to say. And of course, the man himself, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, also came out and made a statement that the EC is probably playing dirty. We have a report.
A few minutes ago, today is Friday afternoon, we got information and they are saying that NUP enough signatures. And they are saying that Museveni and a few others submitted the required signatures. Of course, when I saw their list, they are saying that NUP and many others have not yet met the required signatures. We condemn this in the strongest terms possible because, first of all, as you all know, we are just left with a few days to nominations. We've been asking these people, from the time we submitted these signatures, we've been asking them to give us an update, to tell us whether we have the, because we know that we submitted the required signatures. But well knowing how the Electoral Commission behaves and the criminal regime, we know the games they always want to play.
I will be nominated to represent the National Unity Platform to run for president of Uganda. Yes, there's every effort to silence us. There's every effort to deny us contact with the population. But we shall overcome everything. We shall speak to the people and we shall campaign. General Museveni is also nominating on the same day. And his party has planned a rally in Kololo, which is right, which is well within the law. We are also going to have our nomination rally in Katwe.
You're watching On Point with Mr. Henry.
That is what's happening in the National Unity Platform with the Electoral Commission. I still continue asking you the same question. What do you anticipate the political environment is going to be come the year 2026, which is just around the corner, by the way? You're still watching On Point. My name is Mr. Henry. Do not forget to check out Great Make Studios. Don't die with that dream, thinking that you need a lot of money, thinking that probably you need to go abroad, thinking that you need to hire producers from overseas to make your dream come to life. No, the answer is Great Make Films. Check them out on social media platforms. Call their numbers. They are everywhere. Come to them. As you can see on your screen, they have a very beautiful hub where you can bring whichever content that you have to life. Do not say I didn't warn you. I will keep reminding you every day. And of course, if you have a business and you want to promote it, we have a platform for you as well right here on Point with Mr. Henry. Now, away from that, Uganda egenda kusala omuwendo gw'essente gwebadde esaasaanya buli mwaka come the financial year 2026-2027 by 4.1%. It's going to put its spending at 69.4 trillion Ugandan shillings, down from 72.4 trillion in the previous period. Now, during the next financial year, the government will prioritize the completion of the planned East African crude oil pipeline to enable commencement of the crude oil production. The Ministry of Finance stated. Spending will also be funneled towards completion of mineral quantifications for iron ore, gold and copper deposits, and also the development of a refinery and the ongoing Standard Gauge Railway project. Government agenda kubanga zetika kesira. Now, planned domestic borrowing via the treasury bills and bonds in the next financial year is projected at 9 trillion shillings, down 21% from the previous period. What does this mean for our economy? What does this mean for the GDP of the country as we go into a tricky year where spending is unregulated? Normally, when we are in an election season, spending and the money in circulation is usually unpredictable. Do you think this is a good move by the government? You let me know in the comment section. You're watching On Point, and my name is Mr. Henry.
You're watching On Point with Mr. Henry.
This is On Point, and my name is Mr. Henry. Now, teachers, especially those in the arts, are still insisting that they're not going to take up tools and go back to class and teach our students who have gone back to school, our sons, our daughters, our relatives, abasomesa arts baganye okusomesa. They are still insisting that they're going to be putting their tools down if the government does not listen to them. And of course, this is in regards to the salary disputes. You remember very well that the previous year, the president commented on the salaries of the teachers, but fortunately enough for the teachers in the fields of the sciences, they were worked upon by their counterparts in the field of the arts. Bagana okubongeza akasente na babakyakube meza baganye okubanga baddayo okusomesa. This is especially for the teachers who are teaching in government schools. They are saying they are laying their tools down if the government does not say anything. Now, there have been so many comments when it comes to the issue of an increment of the salary of the teachers, especially those in the arts. But for me, in my opinion, so many people have been saying, okay, abasomesa artsi na abasomesa sciences. Sciences bagulumizibwa nnyo okusinga abasomesa artsi, and they all teachers. We have a report. This is On Point. My name is Mr. Henry.
The decision follows government's continued silence on UNATU's demand for salary enhancement for all categories of teachers in the primary and post-primary schools and education institutions.
Kwegamba bo bagamba nedda tetufiiriddwako kakati katukube emmeeza era ne gavumenti tugirabudde baleme kutiisatiisa abantu bano batero batiisatiisa mwe temuli ba mwoyo gwa ggwanga eggwanga temulifaako gwe bwoba oli mwoyo wa ggwanga lwaki ssente ze wabasuubiza tuzibawa lwaki bo tobafaako.
There's already a commitment from government of Uganda that we really cater for our teachers at all levels, and this commitment is still on. We've just started a budgeting cycle, and this commitment is being factored into the budget for next financial year.
That is what's happening with the teachers. What is your take? What is your honest opinion? The teachers for the arts are asking for a salary increment, and the government is saying, hold on. And if you're not ready to teach, we shall replace you with other teachers. Moreover, we even have an employment gap. There are so many people that can do a job that you've been doing. If you have a parent who is a teacher, if you have a father or a mother who is teaching, if you have a brother or a sister do you support them putting their tools down for a salary increment? Their counterparts who teach sciences, sente zabwe bazongeza. Naye aba arts sente tebana bazongeza. Where does this leave the country? Where does this leave the students? We also need to understand the quality of students we are producing from the government schools. Is this the right move by the government to say that, okay, if you teachers don't want to teach these students, you arts teachers, we are going to replace you with other teachers? What do you say? Give me your honest opinion. You're watching On Point. My name is Mr. Henry.
You're watching On Point with Mr. Henry.
This is On Point. Now, also during the course of the week, the beautiful, the queen of the West, Omega 256, had an amazing concert at the Cricket Oval, Lugogo. Of course, I happened to be among the people that were the MCs for the concert. Now, Omega's turn-up was not what we expected. By, I think, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. turn-up, I reached the venue a little bit earlier, and people, here and there, people were whispering, what's banana? But eventually people came up and turned up for Omega 256. Production was massive, was done by Kadanke, though there's so many people that have been saying things here and there that I will not mention here on camera. But Kadanke did the production, the stage looked amazing. And of course, people from Western Uganda, there were so many. I've never seen an event with so many artists from Western Uganda sing. Artists that we've never heard of in the category of upcoming. They came through. Wherever they came by Shongora, Omega 256. And of course, very big artists stand up as well. I'm talking about the likes of Eddie Kenzo, Reggie came through, and of course, Cinderella Sanyu, because they have the biggest song right now. Now, regardless of the turn-up, in my opinion, it was fair enough. It wasn't wowing, mind-blowing, it wasn't ludicrous, but she got enough people for a beautiful show. Omega stepped onto that stage and she was happy. She smiled from ear to ear from the moment she held the mic until the moment she left the microphone. Of course, one of the key highlights for the concert was when her father came onto stage and Omega had to kneel down and thank her father. Now, I'm among the few people that have sat down with Omega to have a deep talk. Omega, I told her, okay, wow, at a young age, yes, we need to watch the deep talk with Mr. Henry and Omega. Tata we yadita mukiriza kuimba, and her father is tough. So, there was only one option for her. Either she makes it or she makes it. And now her father turning up for a concert like that, ooh la la, is a moment that is legendary. She was teary when she was doing that. And then, of course, another highlight of the concert, you know, sometimes social media tusala nnyo mugambo Omega ne Reggie tebakwatagana ye Reggie aganyo mo pushing. There's a lot that you guys have been saying when it comes to Omega and Reggie, but all that was shut down by Reggie's appearance and performance and support for Omega at the Cricket Oval. So many things were on the concert, so many moments, so many memories. Let me take you to exactly how it went down for Omega live in concert at the Cricket Oval, Lugogo. This is On Point. My name is Mr. Henry.
Thank you for loving Omega. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Let's do that one more time. Let's go.
that was Omega for you. We can't say congratulations to you enough. Congratulations to you, the Queen of the West, and well done. Now, away from that, just a couple of minutes away at Serena was Kenneth Mugabi. I also happened to be there. After Omega, I slid and went to Kenneth Mugabi. Now, even before I entered Serena, from the parking, over roundabout Zombie, all when Yawansi, then Neno, agenda ku Parliament, emmotoka zabadde ziparkinze bweru. Now, even before entering Serena, I knew this concert had sold out. I knew so many people had turned up. Ooh la la. Now I entered. Of course, I came late. Fenon was onto the production. Nembonga ku Steve Gini nangamba sidamu kujja late. But this is what amazed me about this concert. You know, Kenneth Mugabi has a new album that he had not yet outed. So everyone that attended the concert, you're among the first people to listen to that album. The poetry was amazing. The setup, the production, the costumes, everything. But the turn-up, there was even nowhere to put a foot in Serena. How many people that Serena sit? Serena tuza abantu ngabameka. Concert yabadde yameka. Togezako nobala sente za Kenneth Mugabi. But just know he sold it out. Now, the first session, the first 1, 2, 3 sessions, I think, the crowd was just they were just absorbing the content. Enyimba babadde tebazimanyi, nyimba zabadde empya zonna zonna from his new album. So it was just listen, perform. But Abana-Uganda, eventually bitero babo wanebavao. No one, and I'm saying no one left their seats. Everyone was right there, appreciating and absorbing in everything, how it went down, from the dancers to everything. Then man, jebyagweredde weyayingidde nyimba zino kati zetumanyi zinkwegomba zinaki zikibunomu aibambe. Everyone was on their feet. It was a beautiful concert. Everyone was singing word by word. And let me give you a snippet of how it went down at Kenneth That is Kenneth Mugabi. Of course, well done to you, Kenneth. History was made. A statement was made. Abantu banji baze bakuba Serena. Serena elimu ekisima. This year, I don't know how many concerts have been there from Navel Grey, Apers, Munji, Banji, Sola Bami, and Mbamalayo. No one has flopped. Pastor Bugembe, who is going to Serena next? We shall be watching. Thank you so much for watching all the stories. That's what you need to know that happened within the course of the week. If there are some stories that you would like us to talk about, slide into the DM and let us know. Those of you that have just subscribed onto the YouTube, Mr. Henry, welcome to the family. Don't forget to subscribe to Great Make Studios. Don't forget to check them out. Don't forget to come and do your content. I don't want to leave you behind. I don't want to do good things, then you're doing bad things, and I'm going this side, you're going this side. Come to Great Make. They do beautiful content for you. They can make it happen. Up until next week, my name is Mr. Henry. This is On Point, keeping you informed. Ciao.
This is On Point with Mr. Henry.